Yo, what's goody though? How's everybody doing out there? It's Daryl, Turner, the Purpose Driven Quiet Beast, and you have come into the Purpose Driven Quiet Beast show, where the quiet is not punishment, it's preparation. So last week we talked about influence. This is part 2 of talking about influence. So last week we had Martha Thompson. She did an amazing job. And this week we have Noel. Shout out to Noel. What's up, Noel? How's
How
it
you
going?
doing, Daryl? Thanks for having me.
Listen,
Glad to be here.
I am excited to have Noel on, and we are going to introduce Noel. So, Noel, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, let's do it. I do my best to put these introductions together. All right, so today's guest is a holistic coach whose journey from pain to purpose has inspired others to pursue healing and self-discovery. After overcoming the challenges of unhealthy relationships and personal adversity, Noel transformed her experiences into a mission to help others heal mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. So join me in welcoming a woman dedicated to empowering others to reclaim their peace, their purpose, and their power. Thank you for coming in, Noel. You like that?
I love it.
Oh, man, I'm excited.
I love it.
So, we are about to get into what makes you happy in just a couple seconds. All right. Yes. I'm excited. Me and Noel met, I think, maybe a month or two ago.
Yeah, about a month ago.
And I think we clicked. Right? I think we got a good thing going on.
We do.
But shout out to Noel. Noel, let's talk about first what makes you happy. Segment number 1. What makes you happy, Noel?
What makes me happy? What makes me happy is being around those that love me and celebrate me.
Yeah.
And seeing a light bulb go off when I'm doing workshops and someone's life is being transformed, or that aha moment. They're like, I didn't know. So that brings me joy. Brings me joy. I love to see that.
Just bring energy into the room.
Yeah.
I love it. All right. So as you know, the heavy part.
All right.
Right.
Let's go.
The heavy part of what we talk about is the most important part. We talk about the vault, right? Mm-hmm. Right? That stuff that's sitting in that subconscious mind that you had to heal from in order to identify who you are now, right? So let's talk about the vault. What are some things that are in that vault that you had to kind of overcome and heal from to become the amazing holistic coach that you are now? So let's talk about that vault.
There was a great deal of things that were in the vault that I had to overcome, like betrayal, domestic violence, being quieted as a child, and telling my story and nobody believing me. Okay. So then it was like I was the what do they call it? The black sheep of the family. Like, don't say that, because I would speak out my truth everywhere I would go, just to piss somebody off or let somebody hear me. So it was a lot of that I had to overcome. A lot of anger, a lot of toxic relationships that were unhealthy. So
give me an example of one of those things. What's something that you can talk about or talk to that will allow for somebody to, or for you to help somebody through something that they've gone through? Which one of those things?
So one of the things I've never talked about on camera was my mother and our relationship. It was very toxic on both parts because I was reacting to an action that she did or did not do. So I grew up in a two-parent household, right? I had my father and my stepmom and my mom and my stepdad. So something happened as a child. One of my family members molested me. I spoke up about it, and it was like, shut up, don't say nothing. We're not dealing with that. Yeah, because I grew up in a time where you were seen and not heard, and whatever happened had to stay in that house.
Got you.
And I'm like, how is this benefiting me?
Right.
Staying in this house, because I'm still dealing with stuff that I don't understand what is happening to me.
Yeah.
And I remember that I was told that so much that I had to just let it go. And I went on with my life. And then I think I was like 18, 19. And I started having dreams that were so freaking vivid.
Wow.
And traumatizing, where I'm sweating and I'm like, something happened to me.
Yeah.
Because I'm the dreamer in the family. When God sent me something in a dream, I would interpret people, and people say, oh, what you dream, girl? What's the number? This and that. So I was dreaming the same dream night after night after night. And I said, something happened to me. And when I really dissected the dream and I knew who it was, what happened, the scent, and I would date people with this certain scent. I would date people, I would be promiscuous with and more fluid with people that had that scent, that had that height, and that had that skin color.
Yeah.
And when I dated someone that wasn't that skin color, I was like real shy.
Yeah.
And real it was so weird,
Wow.
but I didn't understand why. And then one time I got caught at school because I would carry an ice pick. And I did not know why I would carry an ice pick. And my class, this guy that wanted to prom with me, he was like, remember you used to stay in the closet? We were joking one day. He's like, remember you used to stay in the closet and you had an ice pick in your bag until your mom came home?
Wow.
And that's when it hit me like something the heck is going on.
Yeah.
So we put all that together. I'm talking to different people and they're trying to help me piece things together. And when to go back to my mom, I will always go to her and tell her these things. And it was like, hush, shut up. You messing up something here. So our relationships was very toxic. I didn't want to deal with her. I disowned her as a mother, and for multiple things, not just that one thing, for multiple things. So when I had to really sit back and think, like, you know what? My mom was young. My mom was figuring life out herself. My mother was, she couldn't help herself, let alone help me. So I couldn't expect her to really be there for me because she was fighting for her life, her own self.
Wow.
So when I realized all of that, I called her. I was age 26, and I said, you know what? I'm sorry, and I forgive you because you couldn't help me. And she was still in denial. Still in denial.
Let me take just a small step back. So you said that your mother, she fell sick. You said she was fighting for her life?
No, she was in a domestic violence relationship.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what you mean by she was also fighting for her life.
She was fighting for her own life.
Okay, so there was no sickness there. But let's stick there because this week we are talking about influences.
Okay.
Seeing your mom go through that, how did that make you feel and shape you when you were still kind of going through the things that evolved?
So I knew that no one would ever hit me. I was the defender. I was always ready to fight. I was always ready to I was stopping anything that was coming because I felt like you were a threat. If you were a threat, I'm coming for you. Because it was my life or your life.
Right.
And that's how I lived my teenage years.
And that was based off that influence. Wow. So that backbone came from mom's example. Right? And the things that she was going through.
And it came from both because my father was, they called him the Godfather. So he was in the streets and he was very protective and he had a crew of men that always ran us. So I learned street smarts from my father and that strength from my father, and I just watched him. But he was very loving. He always said, I love you. Very a family man. My mom was in survival mode most of her life. Wow.
So let's go back a little bit to the part where you talked about being the promiscuous part. So you said that the smell, right, the complexion and all that, you couldn't really identify why you felt that way. It's because of that subconscious, right? Like it locks on to a specific thing. Right, but let's talk about that part just a little more because I'm trying to pull a little more. I need that.
And I'm gonna give it to you. I'll give it to you. So what happened one day? I was dating this guy, and I noticed that I was sitting on my porch, my mom's porch, and I was just all over him, and I was like, what the heck? And I didn't care if someone was going by or nothing like that. I was just all over him, and he was terrified of me. And he was like, you were very bossy and demanding and like you were just giving me instructions. And then I dated this other guy, and I just was like so docile and just so, no, don't do it. And it was like I was split personality. And that's when I figured out when he said that to me, I was like, why do I not that with you and not and because of what they looked like,
right,
and their build. And it was so scary because I was like, I am like traumatized, like I drawn to this, because it's just like if say a male child was molested early and they may have not been gay or liking the same sex,
right,
but now their behavior is that they're attracted to men and don't understand why.
right.
And they may be attracted to both sexes. You never know why. But
Understood.
yeah, so that's how it was for me.
So
I would just certain, because people are like, oh, you only date such and such skin men, different color. Like, I'm like, no. They was like, honey, you have a type. But that's where it stemmed from.
You know, so when I'm doing my coaching, I love to talk about that little girl and that little boy, right? That little girl and that little boy that's never grown up. Right? They never come out of being a little girl and a little boy. And so now we have these 45, 46, 47-year-olds who are still living life based on that influence that they had when they were younger. And like you said, they can't identify that. And so they continue to live their life. And like Martha said last week, they're not willing to do the work either.
Yeah.
And so they stay in a little capsule, right? And they never leave until they're gone off this earth. And that's a shame. Until they're gone, they never leave from being that little boy and that little girl, and they die as that little boy and that little girl.
That's true though. Some of us come out that capsule.
Yep.
I was 15 years old until about age 40. I'm 52 now.
Wow, 40.
I was 15 years old until I was age 40.
Wow.
Something very, and it's so crazy. I watched the video of the other interview you had, and I was pregnant. And she said something that resonated with me. I was pregnant at 15, and I didn't tell nobody, because in my mind I'm having this child, because I grew up Catholic, and it was like, you don't get an abortion, you don't do this, you don't. So I was religion played such a big part of my life. I was like, I'm not telling nobody, I'm gonna just go here. I was going to school every day with a big old belly, just rubbing it. People like, the counselors like, something is happening here, you're getting hips and all that. And I was determined, because if I told my mother, that something would happen. Yeah. So I waited, and a cousin told her. So one day I come home from school. My mother wasn't a communicator. She didn't like sit down and have conversations with us. So I knew she wasn't gonna say nothing, I wasn't gonna say nothing. I come home from school, my dad is there, my stepmom is there. And I'm like, hey, what y'all doing here? They go down in the basement. We had a hair salon downstairs. They go in the basement, they have a conversation. They come up and say, so you're pregnant? And I'm like, yep, I sure am. And my dad is like, I don't believe in it.
Don't touch your mic. Don't touch your mic.
Okay. I don't believe in abortions, so I'm going to help you raise this child. Me and your stepmother are going to help you raise this child. My mother's face like turned beet red. So I'm like, okay. They asked me who is it by, what we're going to do. My stepmom was like, I don't believe that you got pregnant. Not at 15. I don't believe it. I'm like, trust me, I'm pregnant. So she said, I'm going to take you to the doctor and get an exam. I go to the doctor. I see the speculum and all that. They do the exam. They say, yes, she's pregnant. The next day, my mother was a hairdresser. She did our hair every morning, and we were like her marketing. The next day, I go downstairs to the hair salon, and I'm like, Mommy, can you do my hair? She's gonna kill me. I've never told this story out loud. But so I said, she said no. And she just started calling me all these derogatory terms, saying, you know what, you can't even do your hair. How you gonna take care of a child? Matter of fact, I scheduled an appointment. I was like, but I just seen the physician. She was like, no, I have my own appointment and I wanna know. We go to the doctor. She tell me I can't eat. I go to the doctor. I go downstairs, eat 3 bowls of cereal. She said, did you eat? I said, yes, I ate. I'm hungry. Go to the doctor. They pull out the same equipment. So I'm assuming I'm getting the same exam. When the physician pulls the speculum out of me, it was a black nurse and a white doctor. He said, now don't you ever do this again. And I said, do what? His face turned beet red. The nurse put her hands over her face like, oh my God, what have we done? So I just started like, what do you mean? So he sat me down. My mother's in the, look, I'm getting chilled. My mother's in the waiting area. And he says, I just put a sac inside your cervix. It is going to absorb the fluid in your body. He said, you are going to feel cramping. Like he talked to me like, I know, you're going to feel cramping. And he said, you're going to lose your child. And I just went numb. And the nurse is there holding my hand. Like I was like, what did I do? So in my mind, me agreeing to this appointment for years, I thought that I aborted my child.
Wow.
So I go home, I don't say nothing to my mother says nothing to me. And I just lay in my room and I'm just envisioning this. I see this little girl, this little baby with big eyes, literally looks just like my daughter now. I have a daughter, looks just like my daughter. Big eyes and all this other stuff. And I'm just envisioning her in the sky and I'm just praying and praying and I'm feeling her leave me, right? So then I have to go to the doctor the next day and I wasn't supposed to eat. Out of anger and spite and FU, I go eat 3 bowls of cereal. My mother said, did you eat? I said, sure did. I go, she never talked about me, what happened. I go to the appointment and they're like, we can't do the procedure because she ate. So they're like, give her a pill. I got a pill, I took the pill. Lo and behold, I go into surgery.
Yeah.
I come out, my dad wasn't there, my dad didn't know. I come out of surgery, I'm in the elevator with the, what are they, the orderly, my dad, and I see my mom, and I'm like in and out. And I hear my mom tell my dad, look at her, they're aborting our child here, and we had her here. At that point, I disconnected the umbilical cord. I was like, I'm no longer her child.
Wow.
And from 15, that's why, and then at 26, that's when I forgave her, and she still denied it.
Whew.
But that was very heavy for me.
Yeah.
And that trauma was stored in me until I went to a retreat and realized that I was stored. That's when I learned that you can store trauma in your body. From experience. I went to a retreat, we did this exercise, I was in Barcelona, and people had to walk around you and say all the things you needed to hear, that you wanted people to hear, but they're telling their story in your ear, like, we believed you all the time, we love you, and I don't know what somebody said to me, I just screamed, but I felt an energy so heavy from here come up my chest and out my mouth, and I screamed. By the time I looked up, it had to be about 1,000 people in a circle holding space for me. And I never forgot that. And I said, this is what I want to do with my life.
Woo. All right, so wait. Don't say anything else. So that is a heavy vault, and that's not it because she got more. But that might have to be another day. We go into, other parts of your vault. Okay. But that is heavy. Thank you for sharing that. And I know for sure that somebody's going to be blessed from that testimony. Wow, Noel. Thank you for sharing that.
I never said that on live.
Wow.
So I hope so.
Thank you for sharing that. So next segment, we're going to get into the mirror. Okay. So thank you, Noel. I'm so excited. We'll be right back. Oh man, we have had a heavy vault, but she started leading us right into, Noel started to lead us right into the mirror, right? How all those things that you spoke about started to leave little footprints to get you to where you are now. So let's talk about that, how those things in the vault and what makes you happy led you into the person you are now.
So I am a nurse. So when you're a nurse, you have to do assessments on your patients, and you're just assessing everything that's going on with it and figure out how to treat them. So I was like, what if I did this to myself? So I started journaling everything, like anything that I experienced through the day, like how could I have done that differently? How could I express that differently? How could this interaction have been differently? And I did that every day for about 3 years until I was uncovering that I react instead of respond. I was believing that I was making everything absolute. Like if I dated someone who, like say because I got divorced, I felt that I was not going to be in a relationship because I think everybody was going to be that way. Everything was absolute for me until I had to start trying something different. Like what if maybe this could be different? What if maybe I went in here optimistic? So just looking at myself and assessing how I interact with people, assessing relationships, not cutting everybody off, but figuring out, okay, I know you behave this way, but I can work with you this day. Well, when this shows up, I'm out. Like,
where did that journey start? Like becoming a holistic coach, right? Number one, because I had trouble, I had to do a little research. I had trouble identifying what holistic was. Right? So let's take it back to ABCs.
So let's define it.
So what is it, number one, and how did we get there?
Okay, of course. So holistic life coach is someone that coaches you through life or a season or an experience or a project or something you want to accomplish.
Yeah.
But we deal with it from figuring out what stopped you. So we figure out the trauma that's keeping the blockages that's keeping you from going from A to Z.
Yeah.
So a coach can take you from A to Z, but they may not necessarily want to dig in and figure out let's not get here.
For sure.
You shouldn't be a repeat client.
Right.
Like, because then I'm not doing my job.
Yeah, exactly.
So if we figure those stumbling blocks out, then we can get you from A to Z, and then you can move to the next step, a healthier, higher, healed version of yourself.
Nice.
So that's what holistic life coach
Okay.
is. How I got there,
Yeah.
that experience. And
It
I think it
got
was
you there.
2015 in Barcelona. Actually, my cousin works for I'm dropping name, Lisa Nichols and Tony Robbins.
Wow,
So
huge
I
names
was
in the
I was
industry.
around these people. But
Yeah.
that's what God is so intentional. I was around these people as a volunteer and helping out. And then when I did that experience, which I wasn't even supposed to do it because I was supposed to be a volunteer holding space.
Oh.
And I was like, I want to do this.
Yeah.
And I did it. And when I screamed, I said, this is real.
Wow.
Like, she's really doing some work. And how
Yeah.
can I do that? And I remember her on stage, like, who's going to be the next speaker, right? I was like, I got next. And that's how it started. And I just
Wow.
started going to retreats all over with different life coaches and Les Brown and all those people like that. And then I just started to get into work. And I was like, I'm going to do this.
You know, it's funny. I'm jealous
Never.
because you have met my two top guys, right? And Les Brown, right? So I love studying Les Brown. It's number one. And what was the name you said?
Tony Robbins.
Tony
Les
Robbins.
Brown,
I'm
Lisa
gonna tell you my personal relationship, and I never met Tony Robinson, but this will only take a second. My personal relationship with Tony Robbins is he came across my feed one day, and he was talking about business. Because of course he likes to hold classes and likes to bring people in.
Yeah.
He was talking about business, and one day I think he slipped up because he don't usually get into like a personal story without getting paid. But he was on the interview, and I think he let some stuff slip, and I got caught up. And I was like, yo, that dude is dope. Because at first I wasn't attracted to his voice. But when I started hearing him speak, I
Yeah,
said, oh,
very powerful.
he got something with him. I'm not going to get into what I got from it because it's not my show. It's your show. But yes. So
But yeah,
that's
it's
that
very
you brought up
powerful, very
two
powerful.
people that I actually love listening to. So, holistic life coach.
Yeah.
You're kind of coming into finding yourself. And now you're here.
Yeah.
Right? How is that affecting your relationship with your daughter?
Oh no, it's wonderful. I have so when you experience life, so if you had a toxic mom or unhealthy relationship with your mother, you either become that or you be opposite. So I have 4 children. I have 3 sons
Okay.
and a daughter. So I tell them everything. We open and we talk and things. And they may not necessarily want to hear it all. They
Yep.
like, girl, you got to date or get the. But I share everything and I'm very open with them. So they get to experience a different version. Now, growing up, I married young because I was running away from home, and the relationship with their father was very toxic. So I decided not to date until they were, I know, crazy, till they were grown.
Right.
So they had to witness growing up a different version of me, a painful, angry, just trying to figure it out
Yeah.
version of myself. And now they get to see a different, I could see a healed mother.
Wow. Goodness, I wish we had more time. But let's get into
Yeah.
the flame. So we'll be right back with the flame. So, man, like I said, I wish we had more time to dig a little deeper, but we don't. I'm so happy to get into this part, which is the flame. Where do you see yourself? So using all those things,
Yeah.
what makes you happy, the vault, and the mirror. Looking at all those things that you've gone through and that you've experienced to kind of light your future. What does your future look like?
Well, in my mind's eye, just traveling the world, sharing my story,
Yeah.
and having retreats, and locally and internationally. I've
Okay.
already started, so just to see it grow and
Right.
bloom, yeah.
So one of the things that I love about you is even when we talk over the phone, you have this certain energy about you, right? Like it's this I know type of energy, right? I don't know if you know what I'm saying. It's like it's a pull. It's like I am very confident in who I am, and I am telling you that I know what I'm doing, which is a good thing.
I've always been that way.
Let me ask real quick, because I know we're at the flame, but I've got to ask where that comes from. Is it those traumas that you talked about?
Nope.
Or where did that come from?
So the furthest, it comes from God.
Okay.
But the furthest, my memory goes all the way back to age 5. Oh, okay. Age 5.
Yeah.
So even then I knew, and my parents and my sisters and cousins, they would call me the dreamer.
Okay.
Because I would just sit there and say, I'm going to travel here. I'm going to be this. I'm going to be a queen. I'm going to do all of this stuff. And they just be like, yeah, okay, all right, okay. And I will always see it. And I would dream, and I would see these visions, and I would tell them, this is what I'm going to do.
Wow.
And to look over my life now, and I took it for granted because it was my life. Like, it was normal for me. What's normal for me is not normal for other people.
Right.
So I have been chosen for Oprah's Big Give. I have been on every show. Like, I've experienced life.
Yeah.
And it just came to me, and it just was easy for me. So to say I'm going to travel the world and be a speaker and host retreats is
I just know it. It's who I am.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Why wouldn't that happen for me?
Yeah, that's amazing. I'm so happy to be in your atmosphere.
Breathing my oxygen. I love it.
Yeah,
I'm happy to be here with you as well.
Yeah. I just love being around you. You're an amazing person. Now, that being said, that's been a flame. But where can people see you, visit you, be around that aura that you have?
I love that. So they can find me on noelknows.org. That's our website. You can follow me on Instagram, noelknows1. On June 24th, 2026, from 10 to 2, you will get to experience one of a smaller retreat workshop that we do on the skyline of the Philadelphia Library at 1901 Vine Street in Philadelphia.
I will be there.
We'll be doing the Pilates, the meditation, the yoga, cardio, high fit. We'll have speakers, there's vendors, so it'll be a great experience.
Yeah, I'm excited.
You get and it's complimentary, it's free, so you don't have to worry about paying.
Now, people can reach you on Instagram, Facebook.
Yes, and IG, Facebook, Instagram. Where else am I don't know, but that's it. And my website.
And what's your name? What's the name of all that stuff?
Yeah, I just said it. I'll say it again. Noel
please,
knows. You weren't there.
I wasn't there with you, so go repeat it.
noelknows.org is my website. If you want to book a consultation or coaching session, you just go to noelknowsasme.com. Then you can go to noelknows1 on IG, and Noel.
You're Noel. You're just Noel. That's all. What they say earlier, little Noel.
No, nothing little about
Ain't
him.
nothing little about Noel.
Grand, amazing Noel.
That's right. So I'm excited to be in Noel's atmosphere, or whatever you want to call this. What you call the space thing?
Yeah, my oxygen, my space. Just
all
period,
that,
my space.
all that. So we're happy
on my planet.
I'm happy to be on Noel's planet, and I'll be tagging along with Noel from now moving forward, because we have a conference. I want to put a conference together with Noel. But I'm excited, Noel, for the things that are coming for you. I'm also excited for the things that are coming for the Quiet Bee Show. Of course.
Yeah.
Yes. Now, this has been the Quiet Bee Show. I have been your host, Daryl Turner. This has been another week of influence that we talked about. And this is also a place where the quiet is not punishment, it's preparation. Another show down. We got another couple coming for you. Peace, love, boom. We out.
Wonderful.
That was perfect.